sports season is underway in Clemson, South Carolina. They might as well call it Titletown, USA. Why? Because the men's soccer program is getting set to unveil another national championship banner. What a time to be alive and what an atmosphere here at historic Riggs Field. Clemson led the country in goals scored a year ago. They welcome in Penn State to open 2024, and it starts right now. Alongside of Kevin Kennedy, I am Roy Philpott. All right, the excitement, you can feel it here. A packed house expected, and expectations extremely high here in Tigertown.
Yeah, absolutely. Open up #1 team in the season at home, season opener. That's fantastic. Then you have Penn State on the other side, a team that just narrowly missed the NCAA tournament, and two coaches that have a relationship spanning 30 years. They locked horns a lot as coaches in the Ivy League, so this is going to be interesting.
It is going to be a ton of fun to watch. Kickoff is coming up next. The defending champions, Clemson, in action against Penn State to start their title defense. And on a day like today, why wouldn't you talk about the weather? 81 degrees, barely a cloud in the sky. A touch of fall in the air here in the Deep South, if you can believe that. For the end of August, you couldn't dial it up any better. And for Penn State, a team that feels like it should have made the NCAA tournament a year ago, they've got something to prove this year. We certainly like what we've heard from Caden Grabfelder so far, Kevin, with what he brings to the table. Last year, Big Ten All-Freshman honoree. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, plenty of talent to talk about, including a couple of first-year players. But leading the charge, the senior midfielder from France, Joran Jabé, and what he brings to the table in terms of leadership and production, unprecedented for head coach Mike Noonan. Yep. Keep an eye in the midfield as well on number 20, Ransford John, freshman midfielder from Ghana. There is a lot of hype surrounding that young man, and from what we've been told, he is awfully fun to watch for a number of reasons. Only 5 feet 4 inches tall, but lightning quick, the left-footed incredible player, getting ready for his first start in his first collegiate game. And
I'm looking forward to seeing him play. We've had a lot of Gatorade State players of the year, but we're talking about a national Gatorade player of the year 2 times over. So we're told he's something special.
Good crowd on hand. Banners have been unveiled. 4 national titles now for this Clemson program, including 2 in the last 3 years. 2024 is underway at historic Riggs Field. Kev, you coach, you understand what it's like, the nerves involved in the opening match of a season. What are these guys feeling down there on the pitch?
Yeah, I think it's the first 10 minutes is always going to fill out, and the tempo is going to be very, very high. I would expect these teams are going to be opportunistic in the moments they choose to press and try to force the other team into some difficult situations.
It's interesting, in a season a year ago where Clemson won the national title, it lost its opener against UCF. Stranger things have happened. Opportunity for the Nittany Lions. Matthew Henderson with a cross. And thwarted away. But it's a 7 p.m. Eastern time start. The sun here in August still has yet to set in Clemson. Could be a factor. The crosser and picked off at the last minute. Coming
very clever combination play.
Joseph Ndema, goalkeeper. You think about what he was able to do last year in that NCAA tournament run, all the shutouts. John with a cross. Matthew Henderson.
Thought he got called for out of bounds, but the whistle is actually referees letting advantage play out. The advantage didn't develop, so he brought it back.
Okunlola with a cross. And poked out by Liscombe. Frustrating, though, when you think about a league like the Big Ten and put together a good record.
Oh, my.
Unfortunate break. Michael Hughes on the attack and upended. And that's going to be a yellow card. Well, the Tigers got caught that time.
Finally, he stops the counterattack. Just a little pull.
He stopped it all right around the neck.
Yeah. He took a chance. He knows that's going to be an automatic yellow. Risk first reward of conceding a set piece, perhaps better than Lipscomb getting in the penalty area.
Penn State and Clemson, first meeting in 25 years. Crabfelder sends it in and easily stopped. On that far side and swatted out of bounds, deflected. And an opportunity early, the cross coming in. Duquesne off the rebound. And the header. Just a bit wide. Musa tried to save it, couldn't do it. Goal kick coming. Here come the Tigers. Cross midfield. Full head of steam. Duquesne tried to drop it off. Penn State up to the challenge. On the far side. And the cross. Boarded out of bounds again.
That Penn State back line.
Second corner kick for the Tigers. Headed out and cleared cleanly. Contact, no whistle. Duquesne comes away with it. He'll send it back in the box. Engaged nicely by Andrew Cook. Tigers maintain possession. Richmond, crafty footwork. Maintains again. And Cook ready and waiting.
Back line showed a lot of maturity there, not committing a foul, not stabbing in. They let him go on the run. And then Cook does well to cover that.
Junior from Atlanta, Tigers won 2 championships that decade, 2 national titles, 84 and 87. Gion, how about that? The through ball, there it is.
Oh, just off sides.
Stop it right there. He was behind the back line before the ball was sent with a pass.
Okay with your attacking players taking those chances. He's taking a chance in the final third. If he gets away with it, perhaps he pulls something off.
Gion, how about the touch? Attacking down the far side. An open goal for a moment. Tigers unable to capitalize. And Penn State finds a way.
They can spring the counterattack, and what a beautiful first touch from Meinhardt to put himself in behind. That's a good block. I don't know if that was...
It fell down.
That's well done from Titus Sandy there.
Alex Meinhardt also tripped up.
Oh, actually.
And there's the card.
That challenge was a bit high on there. He initially comes in a little bit high, but he may have gotten it for the second movement where he comes in.
Tigers approach wide again. Okunlola. A nice move, the cross. Clemson will take its time. Quickly across to the back of the net, and it's 1-0. Lightning strikes for the Tigers and Alex Meinhardt.
Roy, I think that's fitting that he gets his just rewards of getting the goal. He's been so dangerous on the night, but how about Okunlola there? He's in one of those advanced positions like we talked about and delivers a terrific ball with pace. This is Okunlola. He sizes it up. He sends the first delivery in. Pings back out to him. He drives to the end line and hits this with pace.
And there's nothing that Andrew Cook can do with a shot like that from point-blank range and that kind of precision.
Yeah, that's an emphatic finish. Meinhardt just punches it in from 5-6 yards out. And I've always felt after seeing so many games here at historic Riggs Field that these are the moments where I think Clemson can be so dangerous for opposing teams because this team typically feeds off the energy of this crowd. Got a gigantic crowd here tonight.
First match, that first game after the fact, there's a lot of energy around.
Oh, that's a terrific ball from Adam Lundegaard, just changing the point of attack, and Okunlola's on the move again.
Saw that a moment ago.
sophomore who came in and showed some dynamic things as a freshman.
Here's Richmond probing. Jean. Now Jabay. Jabay sends it in and too far and just past Richmond out of bounds.
By the players, you do a lot of preparation, but it's a players' game where they're making decisions on their own. So how well are they trained to manage the emotions of those moments?
After the run by Meinhardt, how about the touch? Another cross. Penn State up to the challenge for the moment. Dauda able to stay right in front. How about that move, the spin? And the double team was able to get the ball away. Penn State throw in. Here come the Nittany Lions. Up beautifully for Oliver. Mano a mano with a move, hit the dirt. And how about that save in the last possible minute? Okunlolo. The run by Hughes. Trying to track it down again. Richmond right in front of him. Hughes won that battle. Into the box, an open net for a moment. Guess who's up to the challenge? Ndema, Joseph Ndema. Rock solid last year in that championship run. And a good start here with less than 20 to go in the half.
Oh, that's good collective defending from Ndema, as well as you can see the left back Duquesne coming over, just snuffing out the initial shot.
Wants a tag team stop. Grabfelder with a header. Oliver on the attack, double team. Maintain possession for a moment. And Hughes unable to get the shot off cleanly. Well, the Tigers back line up to the challenge again. And Henderson lost control for a moment. Penn State will throw it in.
It's a good job changing the point of attack from Guion.
Duquesne with a path. And stop by Bonas. The attempted bicycle comes up empty, and that would have been Sports Center top 10 highlight worthy by Musa. Early in the season for that, isn't it, Coach?
He was going for it. Duquesne with the early cross.
And our first substitution as Musa steps out.
It's like Tyler Trimnell coming in, and Mise Yusuzawa, a few occasions. There's a diagonal ball out to Henderson now. This is much like Clemson. Their outside backs like to get forward and get involved.
Clean cut in the crosser, headed out. Trimnell, who just checked in, tried to bully his way through two defenders, couldn't do it. Penn State will get it back for a moment and then give it right back to the Tigers.
It's good from Yoshizawa, the Virginia Tech transfer.
First time we've called his name tonight. Well, we've seen 1-0 Tigers with the lead after Meinhardt's goal, the 21-minute mark. And that sails all the way across the box and out of bounds. It serves me correctly when they were doing some construction over at Death Valley Memorial Stadium. But yes, this is one of the centerpieces of campus, even if technically it's on the outskirts. Henderson serves it in, and there's a flying grab. And Ndema attack. And Sandy to start Clemson's counter. Yoshizawa. Gian. And the offsides flag was raised.
Tyler Trimble just drifted in an offside position.
It doesn't take long to find out the accolades and the expectations with a quick search on the internet, what he's capable of. Penn State on the attack the other way. Tigers get it back. Here's Meinhardt. Adam Lundegaard, redshirt junior from Maryland. He had a great quote, especially for all of us that are vertically challenged, Kevin. He said, height is not my problem, it's your problem.
I love it.
And at 5'4", he doesn't care. Krapfelder wanted a delay in the movement downward.
It looked like Guion took a little bit of a dead leg there, and
two-time Gatorade National Boys Soccer Player of the Year. Jackson Roble comes in. Meinhardt checks out.
Looks like we also have Will Kane checking in for Paulino Paz.
And the one-touch goes awry.
Oof. I think we're going to see a booking there for Liscombe.
And we will.
His momentum carried him through the challenge there, Roy, but I think it was when his forearm came up to the face of Trimble there that he's getting the caution for.
Trimble's trying to make sure the nose is okay. And the card issued. This year a co-captain, one more look. That elbow right to the nose.
Yeah, right to the jaw. There was a little bit of kind of an awkwardly timed collision, but
you're going to feel that tomorrow, aren't you? Work it back to Sandy. By the one touch. Brilliant. Tigers on the move, and the goal, and it's 2-0. Yoshizawa. Virginia Tech transfer finds the back of the net emphatically. Off of Mike Noonan's pitch.
Yeah, have a look at the run out of midfield here. The ball passes him by. He continues on.
Upper 90. Beautifully executed by number 11 in white.
That as well was hit with a bit of velocity, wasn't it? Oh, that's an important goal here with 8.5 minutes left in the half here. Clemson going up 2-0 in front of this crowd.
That ended up right in the heart of the goal, but boy, near post, finding a way to make it 2-0 ball game, and first goal of the year. Mise. Back to Hughes. Penn State on the move again. And a left-footed crosser. Headed cleanly out of the box. And Uda got it right back for Penn State.
Yoshizawa just clearing the lines for Clemson there.
Shoved out. Now, you talked about Okunlola, an attacking player a year ago, now on the back line, a sophomore forward from Lawrenceville, Georgia. 5th career start tonight for a year ago.
You can see here just so important for your outside backs to, even if you concede a...
So we're not using last year, not making the NCAA tournament as motivation. We have so many newcomers, that's not really a thing. It hasn't been brought up, but by the time we get into Big Ten play...
They were, right on the edge. Big Ten, it's no small feat to win a share of that regular season championship and then get all the way to the championship match and lose narrowly to a very good Indiana team. So I think they had a solid argument for making the NCAA tournament. And really for me, seeing the quality they've put.
The flick, the one touch, beautiful.
It's clever from Gian.
I mean, how many times will that word be used to describe his play and his career?
I've always felt like there's certain players that you pay good money to see just because they're clever and unpredictable.
Oh, flick just over the goal. Trying to find an angle towards that back corner.
Yeah, look at the movement there. He's just, as a midfielder, looking to break that line and just tried a little dink over Cook as Cook went down.
Boy, the passing precise in this first half for Clemson on offense, even in some of the cross.
About players that are fast and players that are quick, and he's quick.
2-0. Defending national champion Clemson with the lead. Halfway home at Riggs Field. Here on campus, Clemson University, 2-0. Tigers leading the Nittany Lions. And underway, Clemson in the home whites, Penn State in the road blues. Tigers outshot Penn State 6-3. First 45.
Okunlola goes right moments for substitutions. So they each have 4 opportunities to sub in the second half.
Okunlola. Meinhardt with the footwork, stops on a dime. Gian.
And that for me, Michigan State, and Wisconsin.
Oliver sends it wide. On the attack, Hughes. Nobody home. Oliver.
It's well done from Chase Oliver. You need to track that run as well.
Hughes double team. Noda. Other teams have a shot. Meinhardt the cut. Top of the 18. And sent wide.
As a UCLA that's moving into the Big Ten this year, and it's a pretty storied soccer program there.
Gian. Well, you can feel the amount of pressure he applies. Kane sends it wide. Meinhardt is there. Who wants it? The turn, and the shot deflected out. Another Clemson corner kick coming. Bonas also involved. Lightning fast, back outside the box, headed wide. PC, Notre Dame, Stanford. Stanford a part of the league this year. Who else has your attention early?
Well, SMU, I mean, in SMU and top 25 program traditionally, Cal coming in very good.
Oh, Meinhardt deflected in. Right off of Bonas. Into the net, it's 3-0. Key.
It's unfortunate to be beaten by the near post, but full credit to Meinhardt. He's had a good game, hasn't he? He's gotten forward. He's been dangerous in wide areas. He has a goal and then essentially creates that one. Tournament, but perhaps you lose in the semis and you get a few extra days off before the NCAA tournament.
John collects it. Handle with caution. How about that through ball? Duquesne maintains possession somehow. He'll tap dance. Okunlola, quietly, he has been special tonight in a number of different ways. On the move, in the box. Oh, and left it. Nobody was home.
I think he was trying to pick out Tyler Trimnell there. But yeah, look, it's the run creates the pass, and a lovely little back heel there. That's where you want to have those clever moments, and the attacking third, a little bit of flair, a little bit of unpredictability, but a little shoulder charge right there when the ball was on its way out of play. Thunderguard's going to go in the book there.
He'll draw the yellow. You take it, I got it. No, you have it. Season is here. Mike Newton now will have a word. Well, it was great to see really both coaches. They were all smiles, even at halftime. Jeff Cook talking with him. Indy Lions, Oliver.
Ooh, I think
from behind, and that did not look good. And he was warned just a few minutes ago with that exchange. Lundegaard. And here it comes.
And that's not so much for that challenge. That's center official's going to think that's a little bit of a retaliation from the banter they had just not more than 2 or 3 minutes ago. Got to be mindful of some of these cautions too. Obviously, needed a couple of hydration breaks,
and rightfully so. Really nice move, Penn State. Oliver stolen. What a great matchup that has been. Lundegaard and Oliver going toe to toe.
Well, we talked earlier about the Grabfelder-Titus Sandy matchup, and that featured a little bit, and these two seem to be isolated with one another a little bit more in the second half.
Jean starting to draw more attention at Penn State backline. Kane. You mentioned it earlier with Titus Sandy. There's just a certain level of confidence you have back there, knowing he's not going to do anything to lose possession or have anything risky occur. Meinhard settles. Meinhard with a path, flicks it back. Clean look, the cross. And Duquesne got a chance there. The angle.
Played the better part of the first half there and featured here for the first 20 minutes.
That pass by Yoshizawa. Indy Lions able to clear it. Hughes lost control. Kane gets it back. How about that strike? And poked away at the last minute by Cook.
And full credit to Cook there. He makes a big-time save.
Into traffic. Up front, and then now moving to the back line so far for the sophomore.
I think Coach Newton made some good adjustments at halftime. He seemed to be left a little bit out on the island there in the first half when Henderson was able to bomb there and isolate him in 1v1 situation combined in those areas. I think it's been a
guard, a physical second half. He has faced a number of big plays with Oliver and took a foot to the chest that time. And Duquesne. Beautiful touch. And the stop. And Dema.
Eagle. And then rule number one, just make yourself as big as possible.
We made the almost too kind in deflecting praise and accepting criticism. Duquesne just outside the box, another cross. And too high.
Yeah, that was just a little overcooked, and Tyler Trimble was the intended target. I'll tell you, I've been impressed with Yoshizawa now. They've shifted.
Duquesne to Kane. Kane gets it back. Jean. Precision passing again, tripped inside the box.
Bonas with an outstanding tackle there.
Under 16 minutes remaining, 3-0 Clemson the lead. The preseason #1 team in the country. Here's an opportunity for Penn State. And the back of the net, but there goes the flag. Flag is raised. No goal is scored. Offsides is called. What he thought was the first goal of the match for Penn State.
This is always so tough. They don't raise the flag until he actually becomes involved and engages in the play. When he has that first touch, then the flag goes up. Of course, is beyond it. He doesn't see it.
Well, they're going to have a look at it. Back in 1999 by a score of 3-2. And a step behind the last Clemson defender. The timing of the whistle, you mentioned that for somebody watching now.
Yeah,
remind us why that was the case.
Yeah, so if he doesn't engage in the play, he's not offsides, but as soon as he takes a touch and becomes active in the play, then the flag's going to go up. Now, here's when the ball is kicked.
And it's closer there, isn't it?
It's very, very close, isn't it? And there goes the whistle, just as in his peripheral vision, the center official is seeing the assistant referee with the raised flag. Up and the camera angle, we're blessed with some great camera angles. We just couldn't quite see it there. Yeah, and then certainly you want to manage the game, particularly with players like Lundegaard and Richmond.
Oh, off the post, the far post. Well, Marshall had a nice run. And again, credit Penn State. They are not going away. Nittany Lions have had their moments tonight. And it's been Handema rather, that has been up to the challenge. That right off the outside far post.
Yeah, just kissed off the outside of that post, didn't it?
Dadsey called for the infraction. And now multiple substitutions coming on the field. Antonio Renato coming in. James Kelly as well. Trimnell checks out. And Musa back on as Meinhardt gets a well-deserved round of applause by this capacity crowd. 2 goals tonight. Musa collects and has a moment. Gian trying to get it back to him, a little give and go. And a whistle blown will stop this play.
I'm not sure what the call was there. Don't know if that was perhaps a dangerous play. Thought it was a little bit of a high kick.
All smiles between Cisse and Musa. Mohamed Cisse from Montreal.
All across the college soccer landscape.
And that would serve Dion. Lucas Magnuson will check in for Remy Okunlola.
Oh, Roy, that was the sub we anticipated, and slightly different type of player. 6'2" Icelandic right back. I don't know, maybe he will venture forward and make some 60, 70-yard runs. We'll see. The color of your urine, right? We used to always...
I didn't have that on the bingo card tonight.
We used to always say, you know, if you're clear, keep it clear. If you're yellow, drink more. If it's brown, you're dead.
Good to know. I'll file that one away. But it is that simple.
It really is. You know, and it's the day before, and it's the evening before, and you know, continue to drink and take care of your body. Stay away.
The Rare occasions in the second half where Penn State has maintained consistent possession. They've had attacking opportunities. Perhaps another one here. On the move and off the side of the netting.
A lot to go for, but he had to go for the near post there. And Damon did a good job of cutting that angle. He was onside in that moment. Oh, does well there.
He just ran out of real estate in that angle again, getting acute.
He's shifty.
Transfer Gian. Checks out. His first collegiate game, his first start. Former National Gatorade Player of the Year.
There's Mason Jimenez and Matthias Live coming in.
Faint
Quick turnaround to play your second game just on 2 days rest.
Quick indeed. Saved in the cross. Jimenez. Andrew Cook able to gobble that one up. Lone scoring for either side in the second. Hard ahead of the horse for a moment. An impressive outing.
That's really well done.
Tigers' upcoming schedule, you just game in 2024.
Yeah, that's a massive game, obviously. In-state rivalry is huge in the Palmetto series.
A footed strike just over the crossbar.
Big save. And then really a championship. Here's Lundegaard just from distance.
Cook gave that everything he had, and well, he needed every inch to just
going on that run, winning in 3 national championships in a row. Coach Noon's first appearance in the national championship game. And then a couple of really spicy Elite 8 games.
Spicy soccer. Who doesn't love spicy soccer? We've had our moments tonight. These teams have gotten after each other. It's been physical at times. Respectful. Approaching a minute to play.
Roy asked what the mentality would
for defending champions playing like it tonight, understanding there will be work to be accomplished on that back line and all this youth in the middle. But a great start for a team that many anticipate will have a great opportunity to do it all again in our final score 3-0 Clemson. Number 1 in the country, Mike Noonan, Jeff Cook shaking hands, and a good start for this team in 2024.
Yeah, I think Coach Noonan will be pleased with the result, but even more so, I think he'll have some bright spots and have some questions answered. The performance was good. They scored some nice goals, and at the end of the day, they kept a clean sheet.